First day of Central European Plast Meeting 23 is almost behind us. What are your impressions? It's many guests from all of the Europe here.
Yes, it is true that I can tell you that it is a record participation on the event, despite the coming, let's say, recession is ahead. Therefore, everybody is very excited. What is coming? What will be what bring the next quarter for us in the economical point of view? And on the other hand, is a very interesting topic of the conference section, the mandatory recycling content, which is very soon, which come very soon in our life. Sooner than we expected.
Okay, I can say that Budapest became a capital of plastics for 2 days.
Yes, for 2 days only, but not Hungary is the biggest plastic consumption country. The biggest one is Poland, and thanks for God, a lot of Polish is also coming. I think it's a Budapest role in nowadays that we are try to be pioneer into the recyclation. Especially, I mean, in the recyclation, because we recognize that need recyclation standards for fulfill the requirement of the industry, which will be in average 30% in the coming years. We should reach 30% PCR content in our plastics products, so that we try to find out how we achieve these goals. Under the umbrella of the Hungarian Plastic Association, we are starting the voluntary project. Hungarian, Romanian, Polish professionals start to discuss about what kind of recycled material we need in the close future and how much we need. We start this project in the polyolefins, first with the polypropylene, and we can say that we finished the polypropylene parts. And the basic statement of ours that maximum 30% of the demands can fulfill with the existing technology with mechanical recycling. We can improve this level with a good waste collection method, very sophisticated sorting, but the mechanical recycling couldn't fulfill all of the targets what the European decision maker will do in the close future.
From the technological side, the standardization of recyclate is not such an easy thing, like, for example, for virgin. What kind of problems we have to face?
The problem is the lack of the good quality waste. The problem is just illustrate the problems. For example, we are producing 80 kilotons BOPP films in Hungary. But if you want to add 30% recycled content for that, we should add 24 kilotons good quality recycled polypropylene, which is very homogeneous. But the problem is in Hungary, we use only 10 kilotons BOPP as a packaging material. One problem is that the waste is very fragmented, very hard to collect. In small pieces you can find in the waste bin, that very hard to collect them. On the other hand, there's a problem, the changes in the MFR, because that during the reprocessing of polypropylene, the MFR will increasing, so that the plastic converters need certain MFR to produce their products. Therefore, we should find a compromise how we can fulfill. In our voluntary project, we found that only that 1/3 of the application, maximum 1/3 of the application, can serve and supply with material with the help of mechanical recycling. We're looking for what is the solution. There are several solutions. The most natural seems the chemical recycling, but the problem with the chemical recycling, it is in a pilot phase now. Only maximum 200 kilotons available in Europe, but need more than 10 million tons. That mechanical recyclers is a well-known method. It's working very well, but fulfill the demand, because every producer like recycled materials which looks like the virgin ones, so that it is not possible. So there are a lot of difficulties. We are talking about, there are some compromise, so that to reach these goals we established two cooperation. One of them, we established that the Central European Recycle Roundtables. Polish, Romanian, Hungarian companies participated for the time being yet, but it is very open for everybody. The aim of the organization, the creating the recyclates and waste standards, and tomorrow morning there will be the meetings of the National Plastic Association, because the National Plastic Association has a very important role, that advocate the interest of the plastic converting industry, because it is obvious till 2025, even 2030, it is unrealistic goal to reach the 30% PCR content in average in plastic products.
It's a lot of work to do for industry. I would like to ask you about the design for recycling, because I think it is the first step to improve the quality of recyclates. What's your opinion about it?
Yes, this is the final solution, but the way is a little bit difficult. In our project, when we start the project at how we fulfill the existing plastic product, how we supply the existing plastic application with recycled material, in the case of polypropylene, we identify 77 different kind of application. But in the case of polyethylene, the number is extremely high, 1083. Who can produce 1083 kind of recycled materials? Nobody. That I think we should decrease the number and the assortment of the virgin grades. It is the base, but it will happen some switch, because it is after when we assessing what kind of recycled demand are on the market, and based on this recycled demand we define the waste stream, but the waste stream is a most difficult question now, and I think that if we designing for recyclation, the waste stream will be more homogeneous than before. That it is a very interesting question. We don't see that only the logical way, but what obstacle and what problem will be on this road, it is an open question now.
The last question is dedicated especially for you, because you are known the specialist in these fields. Please tell me, what is the position of Central European recycling industry comparing to West, for example?
It is hard to say, because that some countries shows a very good figure. For example, Romania, Bulgaria. It seems that the recycling industry and the reuse of the material is very high. But we know what is the reality behind that. They are working from imported Western European, mostly German waste. So that I think it's the advantage of the Central European recycling industry was in the past the cheaper energy cost. Now it is eliminated. The energy is on the same price than in Western Europe. Even the energy efficiency of the Central European companies are lower. I see several troubles in Central Europe in the recycling industry. On the other hand, is a big problem. There are the very cheap recycled materials imported from Western Europe, for example, Spain. And it is a very strong competition for the Central Europeans. The problem is the Central European markets are the Central European recyclers selling mostly to Western Europe, the good quality recycled materials. But now is Germany in the economic trouble, and it is visible that it will continue on, that the prosperity of the European economy delaying maybe in the next year, second half of the next year is expectable something. It can pull to the recycling industry in Central Europe.